There are stories so strange that if you only heard them told, you'd think they could only exist in horror films or science fiction novels. But the truth is, sometimes even stranger and more chilling than imagination. Today, I will tell you 3 true stories, 3 tragedies no one could have foreseen, where the living fall into nightmares, and the dead are not allowed to rest. If you love true mysterious stories, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any videos. Story 1, My mother's body was blown up for an unthinkable purpose. Jim Stauffer loved his mother dearly. When she passed away in 2013 after years of battling Alzheimer's, he decided to donate her body to science, a humane act with the hope of helping others. However, not long after, he discovered a horrifying truth: his mother's body was not studied by scientists, but sold to the US military. Due to some administrative reasons, the body was sent to the Biological Resource Center in Arizona, where Jim believed his mother would be treated with respect. But no. The FBI later discovered that her body had been strapped to a chair and then blown up in an explosive test. The entire body was destroyed, except for one hand. And that was all Jim received when he asked for the ashes. Even worse, the FBI found that this center had also sewn different heads onto other bodies to display them. A place that was supposed to be a medical research facility had turned into a mad morgue. Jim and nearly 20 other families filed a lawsuit. In the end, they were awarded $58 million in compensation. But can money ever erase the pain of knowing your loved one's body was used as an experiment? Story 2, 10 years of a happy family was just a 10-minute dream. Mitch was an ordinary college student. One day, he met a girl named Kayla, and they fell in love. Time passed, they got married, had 2 lovely children, and lived a happy life for 10 years. Until one day. Mitch was at home when he noticed a familiar lamp in the living room beginning to distort. It dimmed, its shape warped. He touched it, but felt nothing. Then other strange things happened. Objects disappeared, time stopped flowing, and his loved ones stood silently like wax statues. He went mad. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw bizarre images like a video playing in reverse. Then came a splitting headache. When he opened his eyes, Mitch found himself lying on the ground, in front of his university, still dizzy. He was told he had fallen down the stairs, hit his head, and was unconscious for 10 minutes. And the entire 10-year life with Kayla, the 2 kids, everything, was just a series of hallucinations in his brain while unconscious. But the strangest thing was, the feeling of loss for that imaginary family felt heartbreakingly real. Mitch had loved, lived, been happy, and then it all vanished in an instant. Was it another dimension? Or just fate playing a cruel trick on the mind? Story 3, The Bank Robber with the Angelic Face. Brad Ryan was once the guy beloved by his whole Toronto neighborhood. Handsome, smart, kind, but his life veered into darkness due to over $60,000 in student debt. Unable to repay it, Brad robbed banks. Over 2 years, he successfully pulled off 13 heists, taking nearly $30,000. But the strange thing was, Brad was always polite, never harmed anyone, and even apologized to bank staff before leaving. The media nicknamed him the bank robber with the angelic face. In 2008, he was caught. Thanks to community petitions for leniency, Brad only served 2 years in prison and was released. He turned his life around, met Kristen, a beautiful, kind girl who truly loved him. But Brad lied, that he had graduated from college, had a stable job. The truth was discovered just before the wedding. Afraid of losing everything, Brad begged his mother to help continue the lie. She refused. And then, in utter despair, Brad did the unthinkable. He killed his mother and 2 younger brothers with a crossbow. When the police arrived, Brad didn't run. He sat still, waiting. In court, he was sentenced to life in prison. And that angelic face was now only a memory. 3 stories. 3 tragedies that seem impossible, yet are completely true. Can you live another life in a dream? Or believe your loved one's body was misused? Or imagine a kind person murdering his whole family? If it were you, what would you do? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to discover more strange but true stories.